Hey there, I'm Maddie from ATAR Wizard, and today I'm going to be going over the difference between stress, anxiety and phobia. I'm going to be doing this with reference to the ATAR Wizard Complete Psychology Units 3 and 4 notes package, which you can grab via the link in the description, and I highly recommend. It's really helpful for revision and just going over everything's taking the pressure off having to take those notes in class. I also offer Units 3 and 4 VCE Psychology tutoring, which you can book via the link in the description, and I cannot wait to see you there and to get to meet you. So, the difference between stress, anxiety and phobia. Anxiety is a feeling of apprehension, meaning a future concern, because the apprehension means they're anticipating this thing might go wrong in the future. So a feeling of apprehension or worry over which the origins are unclear to the person. So you don't know where this feeling of anxiety or this feeling of apprehension and future concern is coming from. You're not sure. So in other words, the person is feeling scared or uneasy, but they aren't sure what about. So you might have a little bit of an idea, but you're not really sure, and you're kind of thinking, I don't really know why, like I feel this way, I just feel really like something's going to go wrong. It's this feeling that something's going to go wrong. So to note, mild amounts of anxiety, so a little bit of anxiety, can be helpful, and it can be experienced in response to a wide range of things. So there are many things that can make us anxious. Now, we don't always know exactly which things in our life are making us anxious, but there's so many things that can cause anxiety for people. And again, the thing which is causing this anxiety is very often not known. So anxiety disorder is when someone's anxiety becomes so significant that it really impairs their functioning. So they're unable to function on a day-to-day basis because of this level of anxiety, and they're therefore experiencing a mental health problem. So this mental health problem would be diagnosed by a medical professional such as a GP or a psychologist, and it would be called anxiety disorder. So it's important when answering questions to state that anxiety and anxiety disorder are different things. They can't be used in an interchangeable fashion. They mean different things, and if you do use them in an interchangeable fashion, you will lose the mark. So in stress is different. Stress is a feeling of dread, arousal, or uneasiness. So again, that fear, but except with stress as opposed to anxiety, stress, you can pinpoint what's causing you to feel this way. So if you're stressed, you know exactly what's making you stressed. It might be your SAC next week. It's making you stressed. If you're anxious, there's often a combination of things which could be causing you anxiety, but you can't pinpoint which one it is. You're not sure. And you've got this really, this apprehensive feeling about the future. So again, mild amounts of stress can be helpful, and we call this eustress, whereas distress is bad and not helpful, not constructive. So this stress, again, can be experienced in response to a wide range of things. The thing which is causing stress is usually known. We know what's causing you stress. We know what's freaking you out and making you feel this way. So then phobias are a accelerated kind of version of this fear response. And they are a persistent, intense, and irrational fear of a specific object, place, event, or thing. This fear that these people have is so intense that the person tries to avoid the thing at absolutely any cost. You will do, if you have a phobia, a specific phobia, you will do anything to avoid that phobia. If you have, for example, a phobia of birds, you might never go outside because you're so afraid that you will see a bird. Going outside causes immense fear and an immense anxiety fear response for you. So you become extremely distressed even if you face the threat of coming in contact with it. So even the thought of going near this thing that is the phobic stimulus is very, very stressful. Now, a specific phobia is a kind of mental health disorder, so again, diagnosed by a GP or a psychologist, a medical professional. Because the fear of the thing is so great that it causes intense avoidance strategies which prevent someone from functioning. So this specific phobia you have is so intense that it's going to prevent you from functioning in the day-to-day environment. Now, specific phobia can be placed into 5 categories. So this is how we categorize the kind of specific phobia you have. These are the specifications, and these categories are animals, situations, blood injection injury, they're all the same, blood injection and injury, natural environments like an earthquake or something, and other, so just anything that doesn't fall into one of those 4 categories. So to kind of summarize that, anxiety is a feeling of apprehension or worry about the future and you aren't sure what you're anxious about. Stress, you're going to know what you're anxious about, and it's a feeling of dread and uneasiness where you can pinpoint what's stressing you out, but you're still stressed about it. You're still having those negative feelings. And stress can be eustress or distress. So eustress is positive and distress is negative. Now, phobias, your specific phobia is a persistent, intense, and irrational fear of a specific object, which is a diagnosable mental health disorder, the same as the anxiety disorder, which is a diagnosable mental health disorder, whereas anxiety and stress are feelings that can occur rather than disorders like the specific phobia and the anxiety disorder. So that concludes this episode on stress and anxiety and phobia. I hope that it's been helpful. If you have any questions that you want me to make a video about, feel free to comment them and I will get to that as soon as I can. Again, you can buy these notes via the link in the description, and I would love it if you booked a tutoring session with me via the link in the description. Also, you can follow us on the ATAR Wizard Instagram, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.